I feel like it's super cliche to ask like about the weather, but like, what the fuck, man? I thought it was just hot here. Now we have like this shit air quality too. Have you? Maybe you're just used to it now, but have you noticed how shit the air looks? Like it looks hazy. Just driving over here, I was like,
This is gonna blow your mind, but I don't leave my home
I guess that's true.
because I live here, and then I work from home, and then I raise my child here. All my dumps I do them here. Literally everything. There's like almost no reason for me to leave. We do the podcast here. I do my other stuff here. So no, I haven't noticed air quality. Like I do step out, like I'll go for walks with Denver and stuff, but
Yeah, I don't think you'd notice it here though. It's like when I'm on the loop coming over here,
yeah, I don't travel.
I just look up. It looked fine, and then I saw a plane, and the plane it was like so clouded, and there's no clouds.
Yeah, I don't look up.
Don't look up.
Don't look up. It's a good movie. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I just haven't really noticed. Haven't paid attention. I mean, I know it's way hotter. Which is a bitch. That's annoying. Especially in a place like San Antonio, right? Or even Austin.
So we have too many wetbacks.
Yeah.
It's their skin color that's attracting the heat.
Well, too many is good because that means that they can fix your AC for cheap. But
Yeah.
no, well, the reason why I say it's worse here because unlike where we're from, Laredo, Laredo's used to this kind of heat. So like their AC units and shit, for whatever reason, and their cars and stuff, they survive this heat. But you're here, and it's like everyone's AC starts fucking crap in the bed because
It's because the Mexicans
overworking.
fix it for cheap.
Yeah.
But they also fix it cheaply.
Yeah. So this is true. Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember I was working when I first started kind of getting normal jobs out here. I was working in at a Verizon store, and
And the AC went out.
the AC went out.
At the store?
Yeah, and it was a small store. It wasn't like a big corporate store. It was a small little tiny one. AC went out, and fuck, dude, it got so stupidly hot in there.
What was the weather or temperature outside?
It's like high 90s, low 100s, so like 101 max. But we're cooking in there, dude. Cooking. Had to have the door open, try to catch a breeze. And we didn't have any back door, so it's not like we can open up a back door and create like a draft. It was just one door. So it's like you open it and it
does nothing.
It's doing nothing.
You're just letting heat in.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. So.
Did you guys go home? You just
Nope.
sucked it up? Because you weren't going to have any customers. Anybody who walked in there said, fuck it.
Yeah.
We can wait.
That's exactly what happened. Customers that walked in were like, yeah, fuck it. I'm not. Like, unless this is going to be a quick 5-10 minutes, I'm out of here. So, no, we had to stay.
I think a part of it is, well, I mean, that was just shit luck. But for homeowners and renters, it's that people are used to a certain way of life. And that includes the thermostat at 67. But you just can't do that in this heat. Laredoans know that. And they're like chilling at like 75. Which is way better than the outside temperature. But we're not. I'm definitely
67,
not.
dude. Is that what you have yours at?
It depends. Every house is different. Like some houses 72 feels like 67.
Yeah. I think the lowest we go here is like 72. And that's me doing it.
Fans play a lot though. Some people go as low as 65.
Oh, yeah. I know
Some
that.
places tell you.
My sister does that shit, dude. My sister goes down to like like, oh, it's going to be 37 degrees in the house. It's got to be super cold because we're all polar bears. Like, fucking dumb, bro.
I like it. It's just easier to layer up and to cool down.
I mean, true, yeah, but like, there's such a thing as too cold.
Yeah, I guess there's no need for that.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be layered up in home. I want to be comfortable. I want to find a neutral, comfortable temperature.
And then if you go outside, it's just even worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time I visit my parents, they had turned their attic into a spare bedroom.
Whoa, I haven't heard that one before. That's a good one.
What?
Never heard of an attic being turned into a spare bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too hard. Kind of just insulated and then add a door from the outside.
Like a low ceiling, though?
Kind of. It was already a big attic to begin with. But it's still, like, above everything else, so it gets very hot.
Yeah, all the heat rises.
And they were like, oh, it's only one room, so we don't need as big of an AC for it. At least they didn't say, just reroute one of these vents into that room. Because that would have been fucked. They at least got a small AC unit for it. And it's just not enough. Every time I go over and I stay, she has it like at 78, which makes sense because they don't use it. It's just for guests. It doesn't have to be cold while they're not using it. But I'll go in there and I'll turn it down to like at least like 73 and the thing breaks. It just hasn't been running.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not used to putting out that kind of
for that long.
Yeah. That's fucking nuts, man.
I already know this is what's going to happen this weekend.
So when you go, you stay in the attic, that wasn't your original room.
No.
What happened to your original room?
My original room is now the youngest sister's room.
Okay.
It used to be 2 rooms, and it was the 2 guys in one room and the 2 girls in one room. Because they were pretty big. And then my brother moved out, and that was just my room. And then I moved out, and then the younger sister took the guy's room. Which I always hated because it's the furthest from the AC, so it gets the least.
It's all one single duct. Yeah, that sucks. And so your older sister, she's older than you, right?
Yeah.
She's still there? She's still in the other room?
She just commandeered the girls' room. We always talked about that if my younger sister moved out, that we could tear down the wall and just make one super room for my older sister. That would be great.
How old are your sisters?
I don't fucking know. One's older, one's younger.
Yeah. That's all right. I don't know my siblings' ages either. It's not true. I do. I only know it because I use it against them. You're young. You don't know better. Yeah, man. I had that problem in my old apartment, the one I was at before here. Fuck. Excuse me. I had that problem in my old apartment before we moved here. It was the room that was my office was the last one in the duct system. So it got stupid hot. Like we could have it down at like 72 and it would feel like 80 in that room. It was just bad. Terrible. And their setup was stupid because they had like vents in the closets. And I was like, why do you have vents? Like, so we had to close those to try and like get more airflow, and it was just stupid.
I did that at my old house, but I also read that if you do that, those vents are likely to grow mold.
Yeah, you got to open them up every now and then.
I said it's worth it.
Worth the risk. No, yeah, you got to open them up every now and then. But
it's crazy though, because when I was in a softball team and when I was living in DC, the base we lived in was run by the Air Force, so everything was run by the Air Force. We couldn't play outside if it was over 90 degrees.
It's a black flag weather, right?
Yeah. It was like, can't do it. If you're going to be outside, you just got to be in the shade drinking water. 95, nobody's outside. and I thought that was fucking insane.
Yeah, that's insane, dude. Because we have the same thing on Marine Corps bases, right? Where it's like the different flags for different weather. Black one being like, hey, it's above 95 degrees. You know, heat stroke possibilities rise and yada yada yada. Didn't matter. Did not matter.
Did anything change at all?
Nothing.
Damn.
Nothing. You would see more people getting PT'd outside. Like, that was it. Like, you'd see people running, people going out still, people fucking doing unit hikes and unit runs. It didn't matter. They didn't give a fuck. And anytime anybody tried to, like, use that and be like, oh, we're not supposed to be outside, it's black flag, and, like, the weather's too hot, they'd be like, you're a fucking Marine, suck it up. Like, all right.
Like, all right, I'm writing that down, though.
Yep.
We got a little bit of leeway. It was like, because our leaders also didn't want to be in the heat. They were like, let's just, take it slow, get in the shade as much as you can, drink some water, take some more breaks. If you have to, like, be in full uniform, then, like, I don't know, unblouse your sleeves or unblouse your pants. So they helped out a little bit.
Zero leeway, man. Marines are, like, Marine leadership tends to be very, like, hardcore. And that's what they consider to be hardcore. Like, they consider it to be like, look at us. We're hiking in fucking full camis in 101 degree weather because we're Marines. Meanwhile, you have, like, four to 8 people fucking going down as heat casualties. Getting did you guys have the silver bullet?
Yeah, but it was like
thermometer goes up your ass.
It was very rare. I don't think I ever even saw it being used.
I saw it used.
I didn't even see it. I never heard of it being used.
Oh yeah, I heard and saw it be used. Yeah, shit's fucking nuts. It's a real mind fuck when you see it, because then you're like, I guess I don't feel that bad. I can keep going, but
then you get goosebumps, and you're like, wait a minute, why am I getting? Yeah.
Why am I into this? Yeah. Now pee on him. Just like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah. Marines didn't give a shit. It was like, yeah, they didn't give a fuck. Which is fine. Like, you get used to it, and it ends up not phasing you. Like, it doesn't phase me. Even now, like, even if I have to go outside, like, I'll be like, oh man, it's hot and I'm sweaty, but it doesn't stop me from doing anything. So I mean, I guess there's that upside. But when you're new to it, it's kind of like a big fuck you, because you're like, dude, I just got here, I'm new. What do you mean? Like, yeah, throw on all your gear, pick up this fucking 80-pound pack, and let's go walk. Let's just go nature walk.
It did get, like, really hot really quick. Like, I feel like last month it wasn't this bad.
Nah, it wasn't.
Because last week
global warming, bro.
Last week we had a baseball game, and when I went to go pitch, I was like, brother, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, man, I
was dying.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the heat. So
I'm sure next year it'll be fine, but this year
it'll get hotter next year.
Yeah, but I'll be more used to it. Like,
global warming, bro.
Right now, I didn't expect this level of heat until like August.
Yeah, and well, here's the thing too, right? Is this heat sucks, but it's not as bad as like Laredo heat, because it could be the same temperature, but Laredo heat, it feels like they have no ozone layer. Like, you walk outside and it stings.
We're not even that far, is the crazy part. Like,
yeah.
Like, this is gonna happen. We're gonna get there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Dude, you can't even have you have to have tinted windows in Laredo.
Windshields.
Yeah, you have to. You fucking lower that window, that sun touches your arm, starts smelling like fajitas. You gotta rate, like, it's just bad, dude. It's a terrible stinging heat in Laredo.
You gotta be mindful of what you leave in the car, because it'll melt.
Yeah, dude. We were Paulie and I were in Laredo once. We went to go eat at a steakhouse at a Texas Roadhouse, and I didn't finish my steak. I got like a huge steak. I left like a small little piece of it. and I had gotten it medium well, so it was still really red in the center. We were like, oh, let's stop here at Old Navy real quick. Left it in there, came back. Car smelled like cooked steak. I opened it, and the bitch was done. Well done. I was like,
just
wow.
Charcoal in there.
It just cooked inside the fucking foam. Like, that's how hot it got in the car that the steak cooked. It was ridiculous. Like, to this day, I still talk about it with Polly, where I'm like, do you remember that time that we accidentally cooked a steak in the car? Just because we wanted to go look at pants. Which, by the way, that's where I buy my pants. I buy all my pants at Old Navy.
It's good pants. I wouldn't know, but I heard they have good pants.
Yeah, it's great pants. Great pants, great shorts, great clothes.
Just when would I wear pants? It's too hot outside.
I don't have shorts. I actually don't own any regular shorts. So, I'm always in pants. Or my chonies.
Or nothing.
Or nothing. You know what's funny is I walk around naked way more than I ever did now living here. Which is very unsettling.
Like to air dry or just for no reason?
No, just for just no reason. I'm like, I'm randomly naked throughout the day. And just like, I'm going to go get a snack from the fridge. I'm like, ooh, little chili.
You're not afraid your cat's going to be like, what's that dangle?
Nope. Nope.
It's dangerous.
No, I just pee on the cat.
What if they like it?
Oh, well, then it's my favorite cat. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It has nothing to do with the heat. It's just or I'm just really randomly comfortable here.
It's good. Take notes, ladies. Be comfortable in your own body.
Yep, just walk around naked more.
With the windows open.
Please.
Blinds open.
Please. You ever walk around naked?
Mm.
Really? Not once, ever?
I sleep fully clothed too.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I sleep in a t-shirt and boxers.
I'll wear comfy. Like if I went out and I'm going straight to bed, then I'll change into comfy shorts. But that's about it.
Interesting. You know what we haven't done in a while? Bowling. We should just not do the podcast anymore. Just go bowling every week until we get so proficient.
We just take the camera.
Yeah, I guess we can do that. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
We're GoPros.
We still have that free laser tag card. I found it the other day. I was like cleaning out my wallet and I was like, oh, look at that. I forgot we still have free laser tag.
I probably have that one too. Let me know, chat, if anybody wants to go either play laser tag with us or watch us play real time. Probably won't see anything because it's dark in there.
Yeah, it's dark shit in there.
You just see like the neon lights.
We'll get some GoPros and we'll attach them to ourselves and we'll do a...
Put one
That's
on the gun.
not a terrible idea. I mean, it's not our worst idea.
Have you done it though?
Played laser tag or worn a GoPro?
Played laser tag there.
Yeah. Not at this one, but I've played laser tag at main events before.
I played laser tag at the one in Laredo, and it was kind of lame.
Oh, dude, it's because you've never played with me, dude. I do combat rolls and shit.
That was the thing. We played against a bunch of kids.
Oh, that's my favorite, dude.
And I
need kids in the chest. I don't give a shit. I'm like, I'm here to win.
Doing
I
full
play for
blown
keeps.
executions.
Like if there's ramps, because there's always like a second floor. I'm like running down the ramp. I slide all the way down. It's like it's Call of Duty to me, dude.
We gotta go like tonight, but not that late. Like when they have like birthday parties, and then just wait by the laser tag.
Just wait for it to get full.
A group, yeah.
I'm down.
Or if they have a reservation, we'll be like, "This is on us." And give them the card. Be like 5v5. You, Tubby, you're with them. Let's go.
Hey, fat fuck, you're with them. You're right. You're too big of a target.
You put this helmet on because I know I'm gonna elbow you.
Yeah, dude. I get a little aggressive when I play laser tag.
I focus more about the points, and I'm like, how does the system work? How does this vest register hits? And I try to exploit it a lot.
I remember I was in Virginia and I was playing laser tag, and there was this kid running around go doing this with the fucking gun. Just fucking spraying, I guess, technically. But he was also jumping around. And so, like, you're there, right? You run up to him, you pick up your weapon to shoot at him. And he's jumping around doing this thing. So he tags you first. And you're missing your laser because it's a very small laser.
Doesn't it have like a widespread mode?
The shotgun mode? Yeah. But I don't have it on that ever because I typically go for longer shots. But yeah, I remember getting so mad. I tripped the fuck out of that kid.
And then it's like the crazy part in me just wants to laser everyone in the head.
Yeah.
It's more realistic.
Yeah. No, I go body shots all day. That and paintballing, dude. I love going paintballing.
Yeah, paintball's more fun.
Yeah, I love paintball. I haven't gone paintballing in a minute, but if I could, I would. It's just so much fun.
I've only ever been one time, and it was with my company when I was in Fort Bragg. It was great because it was hosted by the MWR, but it was in the woods.
Oh, woods ball, that's awesome. Yeah, I've gone a couple times, a couple different places. Virginia, we did like a woods ball one. That was a lot of fun. They had like different maps, if you'll call them. Look, I guess that's what they're called. It was like Capture the Hill. Those just straight up woods ball, team versus team, and this place was packed, dude. It was like teams of 20, like 20 versus 20. So it was like full blown little mini wars. It was pretty dope. Then I've done some. I did one with my unit, on Pendleton, and they have like a bunch of like broken Humvees and like a broken tank and helicopter. Like
yeah, they didn't have a helicopter, but
yeah, like it looks fucking dope. It was like, it just looks like it's a crashed helicopter. Like just the frame. It has none of the guts in there. It's just the frame. And the shell, I guess, if you'll.
But us being a fucking support company, just a bunch of pogues, we had to start slowly. We did. Our first one was crazy though. He was like, "Who's never played paintball? All right, I don't go fuck. Everybody line up. We're gonna do Civil War style first." And I was like, "What does that mean, first iron?"
Marching towards each other.
Yep. You fire one shot, and if you get hit, you're out. But at least now you know what it feels like to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get hit, that sucks. Take a step forward.
Go
shoot
again. Yep. That's pretty funny.
I was like, this is like kind of unethical.
Yeah, we went straight into it in my unit. The captain was like, "Who's ever played paintball before?" And a couple of us raised our hand. He's like, "All right, you guys are with me." And I was like, "That's such an unfair advantage, but whatever, I'm down." And like the first map we did, which was a much shorter one or thinner one, I dominated the fuck out of that one because I pulled the old flanking maneuver through a trench. They had a weird trench on both sides of it, and so I just crawled my way all the way to their spawn point basically, and came up behind everybody.
That's so try hard having to crawl.
Well, I mean, I say crawl, but I wasn't like low crawling. It was like
just any.
Yeah, it was like crouched more so, but still, I don't give a fuck. I love paintball. I told you, I go hard, man. Like I love that shit.
I did go like try hard, like one round. Did you guys have the like close kill thing, like for safety?
Yeah, like I think it was like anything closer than 10 feet or 8 feet, you have to yell bang bang or some shit.
Yeah.
Or ask them to surrender.
So I snuck up on one dude who was like guarding his little outpost. I had every fucking intention of spraying him in the back. And my gun jammed. And I was like, oh, like I grunted really loud because I wanted to blast him. And he turns around and I was like, close kill. Because that's what we said.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, darn, you got me. And I was like, no,
I didn't. You have no idea.
You have no fucking clue.
Yeah. Now, there was one I did. There was one we did, which was a much larger map. They had like barricades and stuff. And I jumped over one. Somebody popped up as I was like running to cover. Started shooting. It was me and another dude started shooting. He got hit, and I just straight up swan dove over the barrier and did a little roll, took cover, and I was like, all right, I'm like, I avoided that, shot that person, and then turned over to my left, and there's somebody running like an enemy, right, running towards me, and I go to shoot, and it's nothing but CO2, just. I'm like, oh shit, I'm empty, so I reach back to grab my extra ammo. I go to like pour it out, or so that I can go to pour it out, and it's not there. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm out of ammo. Like I had a whole tube left.
Was it the drill sergeant? I dropped my grenade somewhere over there.
Basically, yeah. Well, what happened was when we were running, I guess it got loose and fell. So I look and I could see it in the middle somewhere. So there's my dumbass taking it way too serious, and I run back, dive over the fucking barricade again, roll, grab it, refill, start shooting. I ended up getting killed, but it looked cool. So there's that. But yeah, dude, you'll catch me doing that shit in laser tag and in paintball. I'm running, I'm diving,
going through
sliding.
Reload animations for no reason.
Yeah, dude, I go through the kill animations, the up close kill animations. I'm fucking kick him in the back of the knee. Yeah.
Take out a real knife.
Pull out a cigar, light it up.
The crow comes in.
Yeah, I get way. Well, I don't want to say way too into it, but I know that it is way too into it. I'm just having fun. That shit's fun for me.
Oh, maybe we do have to try it.
I have to get some GoPros.
I have one.
I had one. I gave it to my.
Just strap this camera to your chest.
Yeah, I need to buy a new one. Just for that. The only shit part is the sound. We might have to get some lapel mics. But other than that, it'll be fun. I think it'll be hilarious.
Two grown men get kicked out of the main event.
We can go paintballing too.
It's too hot.
Not right now. Maybe a little bit, closer to autumn.
Autumn.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to bring up because we're running low on time here, was the whole alien shit in Vegas. You didn't see it, right? You didn't see what happened?
Oh, I didn't know anything until you brought it up.
Yeah. So in Vegas, there was, I guess, a bunch of footage, like Ring doorbell footage and body cam footage and stuff from cops of what looked like a bright light crash landing somewhere in a residential neighborhood. And so the footage is like the cops talking to witnesses, and they're all being like, yeah, we saw it. Other cops being like, yeah, we saw it, we heard it. And you can hear the crash in some of the videos. And then one family was recording in their backyard. They didn't happen to be recording. They started recording because they saw stuff in their backyard, and in the recording you can kind of see it. There's some videos that break it down a lot better than most, but they're like 8 feet tall aliens. They're fucking. It's kind of hard to say other beings or whatever, because it's like you sound like you're trying really hard not to say the word aliens, but it's essentially what they were. They had the big kind of bulbousy heads and the big eyes, and you can see them blinking in the video. It looks pretty dope.
Were they black?
They looked black, yeah.
Or was it just like a shadow?
According to the reports, they were gray. They were tall and gray. And so this family recorded this, put it up on social media, and then they had a bunch of like interviews and stuff set up with like news outlets and whatnot, and now they're missing.
I want to believe it, but I don't know. Some parts of it are kind of sketch, and then like they're describing him as what, I don't know, a child would describe an alien.
Yeah, that's kind of what has me also. And like
why wouldn't aliens look just like us? Like, say they were from a different planet. Like, maybe they just got their Elon a century ago, and now they're flying around the galaxy.
So I had the same question. Why wouldn't aliens just look like us? And I remember watching a video that kind of explained it very well, and it was like because their world is probably very different.
Because you're fucking ugly, bro. That's why.
Because fuck you, dude. Well, who wants to look like you?
They were born like you. They were just like, this is fucking ugly.
Yeah.
Let's look handsome.
Ew. No, but for them, it's like they evolved in a different planet with it's a totally different environment.
They start with dinosaurs too.
Probably not. I mean that's just the theory, right? As to like why they would look so different. We don't know what the makeup of their planet would be. Whether maybe they're fucking nitrogen based, and so they evolved differently to be able to take in nitrogen more than oxygen or whatever. Shit like that, where it's environmental, right? The way that that's just how they evolved. But who knows, man? I don't fucking know.
It's like the characters in The Legend of Zelda. You have like that really hot area where everybody's tall, skinny, and black.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the really cold area where everybody's a bird.
Yeah, see?
Then you have the volcano area where everybody's like a sphere and they just roll everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last one?
Well, it's like,
there's water people. Everybody's a fish.
It's like, it's just like us, right? Like what we look like today isn't what people look like, hundreds of years ago. It's just, we look completely different, right? From what, like for example, Napoleon, everyone's always dogging on Napoleon for being short. Napoleon was actually tall for his era, by the way. That was just propaganda that was spread out to like shit on him. But Napoleon was like 5'7", which was actually tall back then, because the average height back then was like 5'4" or 5'5" or something. So it's like everybody was way shorter back then, and we've evolved now into being way taller. Right now you have people that are 7 feet tall. Fuck, like Shaq is like what, 7'2", right? And yeah, those are the exceptions, not the rule. But the average height now is 6'1".
I used to think that people like Shaq, when I was a kid, people like Shaq, their shoe size was like 14. I was like, whoa, that's fucking huge, bro. And then I learned. Most of them are like in the 20s. That's just normal.
What do you mean in the 20s?
The shoe size.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, isn't Shaq's shoe size like 27 or some shit?
And then their hands.
Yeah, dude. Have you seen those things where like you compare your hand to theirs? Dude. Like fucking ridiculous.
I don't know if I can comprehend how big they are.
I saw one for Mike Tyson. It was like his fist. Like they had an imprint of his fist. And I was like, dude, this guy's fist would obliterate my face. It's the size of my face.
It's a club.
Yeah, like, where were these guys way back in the fucking olden times when they were like having legit barroom brawls and like that was just normal?
They killed them all.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean by like we've evolved into something different based on our environment and based on what's going on in life. Same thing probably for aliens, right? They just evolve on what's best suited for their planet and for their environment. So, and so alien conspiracy theorists will tell you, like, the reason why we have such a hard time believing that that's what an alien would look like is because that's what we've been told our whole lives, that that's what they look like. But the reason that we're told that that's what they look like, or that we've been told our whole lives that that's what they look like, is to desensitize, so that there isn't mass panic whenever it's time to actually see them.
Invite them over for a cookout,
which semi makes sense, right? That semi makes sense to me. Like, all right, desensitize. Yeah, that's why we have way more war movies now than we ever did before, because the people that went out to war, they would go through some hardcore shock seeing what war is actually like, and then you would have a lot more PTSD cases whenever they would get back, right? Back in World War I, World War II, even Korean War and Vietnam era vets, they would all come back with significantly higher amounts of PTSD than the people that went out after those eras. Because after those eras, then we started seeing a huge rise in popularity of war films and war
Brad
shows, Brad Pitt. Like and so they were desensitized to the images of people dying and people getting blown up and getting shot at and shooting at others. It wasn't completely gone. Obviously, it's still a horrific thing that happens, and it still impacts you in some way. But it's a lot smaller of an impact than, say, what somebody from World War II who had no war movies going into it. So the face of war was truly blind, like they were blinded to it. Whereas now you go into it and you have a good general idea of what you're gonna see, because you have a lot more of these, right? Like Lone Survivor, right? Like true stories, and you have, movies like Hacksaw Ridge or We Were Soldiers, shit like that. That's just very gory and graphic, and you're used to it. So you kind of evolve a little bit differently. This is my 2 cents.
What if the aliens that landed are like the equivalent of like Cheech and Chong, and they're just like the fuck ups of their race? Bros.
Yeah, that's why they crashed.
Yeah, they were probably high.
They were drunk. It was a DUI.
They were like, dude, let's breathe all this oxygen.
Let's get fucking wasted. Who knows, man? Probably. Well, and I thought this was interesting because this comes after. So there was some guy that apparently worked at Area 51 in the years 95 to 97. Apparently he worked there, and he was talking about how his MDA and all the stuff that he was supposed to keep secret is over. Right? He doesn't. Mm-hmm. It's already past the statute of limitations for it. So it's like, it's perfectly legal for me to talk about it, which is crazy because nobody
for a price.
Yeah, probably because he was on news outlets. But he's actually apparently a super credible source. I'm not gonna say that he is. I haven't actually looked into him, but according to media outlets and other online forums, he's a very credible source. He was talking about how they had aliens in Area 51. They never had dead bodies that he ever saw. It was only ever technology and live aliens that would either crash, that they would go and recover and house and send them on their way, basically. And his whole thing was the same thing. It was like, we take what they look like and we push it out there, and so that the world is desensitized to it. So when you see one, you're not like, you don't freeze and fuck up and like
shoot it,
have a heart attack. Like, yeah, you see a video, somebody puts out a video of it, like, oh, I spotted an alien, and your first reaction is like what you had, where you're like, yeah, but why would it look like that? Why would it look like what I've been told it looks like?
I would just shoot it.
Yeah. Well, that family had a gun, apparently. But yeah, so I thought it was super interesting. And you believe in aliens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in aliens. So, do you think that aliens frequent or have frequented Earth before?
I think if they had the capability of it, they'd probably look at us and be like, y'all are fucking stupid, bro. Like you're the only planet of all the ones we visited where you guys are still fighting each other instead of like trying to expand. I think they took one look at us and said, y'all fucking up with any living being's race.
Do you think that maybe, and this is a more optimistic view, maybe they would see that and go, you guys are still very primitive, and so we want to help push you forward?
Well, I know what that means. By help, it means get rid of us.
Yeah, I've watched Independence Day. I know. Yeah, I try to look at it a little bit more optimistically. Like, maybe there's just a different type of interest with, aliens coming down here and seeing how fucked up we are.
Like, what would they have to gain from coming over here? Pizza?
Pizza's the best. They probably look at us and go like, man, you guys are stupid. You guys are complaining about, baby, it's cold outside, but you listen to songs called Wet Ass Pussy. Right? Like, yep, like, that's the human race.
We have our share of shenanigans too, but we can, travel through space at least.
What's to say though that interspecies war is exclusive to humans? Right? Like, what's this? It doesn't seem like. It seems like a concept that wouldn't be so foreign to me. Like, I don't know. It makes sense to me that people fight people. Right? You're the top of your food chain. Who do you fight? You fight each other.
You fight the other planet, the other galaxy, the other solar system.
Well, yeah, then you become the bad guy solar system. You're just endangering everybody.
It's like you said, like everybody, you have to fight somebody. But when they came to visit us, they were like we're over here fighting real wars in the galaxy, in outer space, and you guys are still over here fighting with each other. Like, stop.
Yeah. Well, then the question is, like, I think they would see things like people starving all over the world, and
how do you guys have this much money and these many starving people?
Yeah. How does your country spend? Which I guarantee probably the concept of countries and stuff is probably so fucking bizarre. But it's probably like how does this one area spend trillions of dollars on one thing, on defense? And you have people that are dying of starvation. You have homeless people. That makes no sense. It makes zero sense. Which when you say it out loud, we spend trillions of dollars on defense, and then we have an epidemic of homeless people and starvation. And it's like, yeah, we suck. I guess we could take a quarter of that money and put it towards that. But
cannibalism.
How do you have people like Jeff Bezos, who's worth billions of dollars, more money than his kin will ever spend in their lifetimes, and you have starving people?
Just eat the starving people.
Yeah. But I digress. Aliens are here. Let's get our party on.
Yeah, if you're an alien named Ethan and you want to be our tech guy,
know that you're fired. But all right. Let's get out of here.
Good night, everybody.
Oh wait, I forgot. Welcome to Two Vets, Two Mics, episode 15.
15?
Yeah.
Oh heck.
Yeah. The alien episode. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Peace.